And this is why we must speak out. We must organize. We must throw political correctness in the garbage where it belongs and start calling and we must start calling our elected officials to the carpet and putting fire under their feet and making them accountable for the decisions that they make. Because at this point, we're going to lose our country unless we organize, and we organize very, very fast. Amen. And that's exactly what we are doing here tonight, and that's exactly why I'm giving you this presentation. I'm talking to you about Act for America. How many of you here tonight believe we have a problem? Please raise your hand. Good. How many of you here tonight would like to be involved in a solution to the problem so we can defeat this problem? Thank you. That's what I'm here tonight. I am here tonight to inspire you, to empower you, to mobilize you, to let you know how we can take our country back. We have a lot of catching up to do with our enemies, but we are well on our way. I founded Act for America after September 11th. September 11th was a defining moment in our country. September 11th was a defining moment for America. It changed our lives, and it changed the way we travel, it changed the way we live, it changed the way our economy, look at how much money we have lost in wars overseas, it changed the way we live. For me in particular, it really struck a chord with me, because it made me realize that the radicals that I left behind have followed me here to the United States. And I started traveling, and I started speaking out after September 11th. I realized, what can I do to serve my country? And I started traveling and speaking about radical Islam. And I would speak to groups from 8 people sitting at a breakfast in Bungo at Frankie's Ribs at 7 a.m. in the morning, to groups of 10,000 at some of these mega churches. And one question kept coming up. Now that I am educated, what can I do? Give me something to do. And I learned very quickly that while education is important, education by itself is not sufficient. Education must be coupled with action. That's when I launched Act for America. And I'm proud to tell you that Act for America now is the largest national security grassroots movement in the country, with over 250,000 members and 800 chapters nationwide. That's called people power. We are changing things around. But to give you an idea of some of the things we are doing, I discussed with you the education. And immediately after we launched Act for America, and after 2008 when my book came out, I decided Act for America embarked on a 2-year project, an educational project, a textbook project, to study and analyze how we are losing our children. And we analyzed 38 textbooks in public schools. And we issued a report about all the lies and all the mistruths that are being taught to our children in public schools right now. By the way, do you know that September 11th right now is taught in our history books in the United States? Remember, 11 years after September 11th. They started changing the rhetoric and the teaching about September 11th in 2005. And the book that I'm going to quote you out of right now is published in 2005. Do you know what they're teaching about September 11th? September 11th was a terrorist attack against America by a group of men driven by a cause. It doesn't say what their religion is. It doesn't say what their cause is. It doesn't say they were Islamic terrorists. It doesn't say they were jihadists. So our students, who now are in 6th and 7th grade, who are in middle school, who were too young to remember September 11th, for all they're concerned, this group of men driven by a cause, for all they're concerned, could be a bunch of Baptists from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the abortion issue is their issue, or a bunch of religious Jews from Brooklyn, New York, and Israel is their issue. That's how much they have rewritten history. Short history. Now. We're not talking 100 years ago. This is what we found out in our textbook. So we issued a report titled Education or Indoctrination: The Treatment of Islam in 6th through 12th grade American textbook. This is the executive summary. So what we did with the executive summary is not just issue a report, because a lot of think tanks and organizations issue reports. What happens to reports? You get them, you put them on the shelf, they sit in the corner office on the floor collecting dust, and nobody reads them. No. We're too smarter than that, Act for America. We mailed this report 4,000 elected school board members nationwide. And we said to them, what are you going to do about it? We not only mailed the report, we posted on our website. The full report is 226 pages. This is only the executive summary. But because we have chapters nationwide, we mailed this report to our chapter leaders. And we said, okay, our chapter leaders in your local community, we want you to go meet with your local elected official, with Joe Smith, that you elected. And so the local chapter leader would call Joe Smith and say, Mr. Smith, we elected you, you're my neighbor, we know you care about our children in our community. Do you know what is being taught in the school books right now? Oh, and if you do not know, because I know you already received the report from Act for America, but in case you didn't, here is mine. And I'm going to get back with you in 1 week to see what you're going to do about it. Because if you're not going to fix the lies that we are teaching our students, we're going to get your behind out back on the streets and replace you guys. That's the power of a grassroots organization. And actually, I have a success report to report to you. Just a few weeks ago, one of our chapter members, her granddaughter was writing a textbook report in Seattle. And the teacher, of course, was having her write a report out of these stupid lies textbooks. And the girl, who was doing homework with her grandmother, who's a member of Act for America, wrote the report based on what we wrote with Act for America, with our executive report. Not only she gave her report to her teacher, but she took the executive summary annual report to the principal of the school. And because of that, the principal pulled the book out of the school, and now they're putting it out of the whole school. So we are not only working from the top down by working with school board members and publishers, we're working from the bottom up, and we are doing this nationwide in every community. We are also, a lot of our chapter members and leaders are running for positions like city council and school board. Because if you want to change the education, what do? Elect school board members now. If you want to change the textbooks 5 years from now. And do you know how many people vote for that, for school boards and these types of election, by the way? 100, 150 average. Now, can you imagine? I'm sure we have more than 150 people in this room. Can you imagine if our chapters just organized and focused, we're going to elect so-and-so, and we're going to go vote for him or her? We will literally put any school board member we want in every city, in every community in the United States, and change the system within 5 years, the whole system, and that's exactly what Act for America.